another interesting clarity there for us. Now, let's move a step further and look at what's happening with this refinery. What do you think, considering its capacity and what it will do to support what we have on ground? Before now, it was all talks around Dangote Refinery, but now we see Port Harcourt Refinery on stream, and the president has instructed the NNPCL to go ahead and fix Kaduna Refinery, the second segment of the Port Harcourt Refinery, and on like that. Or do you think that really is the way to go?
Yeah, I think that's the way to go, because you want to guarantee security of energy supply for the nation. You know, so if you have the current element does about 60,000 barrels per day, the other one, the newer one, that's a 1965 plant, by the way. The 1989 plant does about 150,000 barrels. Now, if you add both together, then you'd be speaking to something a bit more reasonable, not anywhere close to the Dangote refinery in terms of volumes, but it moves us further. And, you know, I remember on an interview a few years ago speaking about queues every December. You want to be sure that we do not continue to have those queues when you have international challenges with logistics and all of that. Once we can refine what we produce locally, it takes us closer. Now, in terms of pricing, competition always ensures that pricing remains competitive and be slightly lower. I'm not optimistic around it being a substantial change, unless, of course, there's an arrangement around crude pricing and government does sell crude lower, or international crude prices drop. If international crude prices drop, it will translate to having lower prices. But this would engender competition to an extent, and prices will be more competitive, would not necessarily be substantially lower unless the key product, the primary product, which is crude, goes down. But it would ensure that we have, at the pumps there and quick queues, we can ensure our own security of energy supply. Because it's not sufficient to have crude, you should have infrastructure, you should have your logistics should work so that you can get finished products after you've refined it to the pumps, so that everyone can have that available. And I'm believing that this Christmas we won't be at the pumps like we've been for several years.